Parry Talks. Welcome back. We're back again.
Parry Talks.
Every week, I hope you guys do enjoy the consistency of the podcasts. We do work hard to make them weekly, so I do hope you're appreciating that, and we do feel the love, so thank you very much for that. I'm not sure when this is coming out, but a whole heap of stuff going on. We've got our Nomad radio show that's been announced, the compilation, the record label, the parties as well. So hopefully this is before the party. So if it's before the party, get down to the good space at the Gladdy. But enough of that. We don't care about me. This isn't about me today.
Why not?
This is about a very special guest.
Thank
I was talking to Boy Soda, and if you listen to that interview, he gave a massive rap to this person in terms of being able to have a conversation and being the shining light in any social setting. I think that they were... Look, I might have got the exact wording wrong.
Yeah?
But somewhere along the line, he said something like that.
Yeah, he's a good, fucking amazing person as well. Oh.
No, it's sweet.
He's a bleep amazing person. He's super talented as well. Like, just outstanding person, as you know.
Yeah. So I've got Dante Knows on.
How you doing, brother?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm all good, player. Good.
We were both out last night.
Yeah.
A bit groggy. We both were absolutely... No, just kidding. Both had a very quiet night in preparation for this morning.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, this is a tough question to kick it off, and I do apologize for what I'm about to ask.
It's all right.
But I feel like COVID sort of over.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it. In Sydney,
Yeah.
I feel like it's sort of over.
Yeah.
So I feel like I haven't properly thought about reflecting on the whole experience. But I just wanted to ask, like, how do you feel about coming out of it on a personal level? You know, is there a silver lining or something that you learnt about yourself, do you think, throughout the whole process, now that you're ready to come out of it?
Big time. Like, I'll be honest, like, in the beginning, I thought COVID was going to be a crazy experience for me, just because at that point I was only here for around 3-4 months, being from Brooklyn. Like, so I was like, damn, I was worrying about how am I gonna make money, how am I gonna keep my music going and whatnot, and it actually turned out beautiful for me, in the sense of I had so much time to just dedicate to music and just build up a catalog of just, like, I don't even know how many songs right now, like, but now it's at a point, that being said, now it's at a point where, now that COVID is finishing all the hundreds of songs that I've been working on, it's like now we can start getting them out and actually doing shows and whatnot. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like it's such an exciting time because so many artists, I feel like, are also in that position.
Yeah.
And not from a competitive thing where it's like, oh, I need to outdo Boy Soda.
Nah,
like, but as in, I don't know why.
Can't do that. Can't do that.
So it was so it's awesome that, like, hearing rumors about new Boy Soda music, hearing rumors about new Dante Knows music, and there's like a big just like conglomerate of just energy.
Yeah.
At the moment, and it's great that you're a part of that as well. It's good that you feel that too.
I appreciate it, brother. I mean, I'm loving it, and I'm living and loving it. You know what I mean? And just like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like been through worse times as well too. So it's like, when it's not as bad as your worst point, you got to look at it as a blessing. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And like, this might be another silly question, but was it the lockdown itself that made you strap in, or was it like the realization that the world's so fragile and I need to keep working, or was it, you know, just not going out as much? Like, what was the trigger for you to be a lot more creative, do you think, writing-wise?
Literally, the lockdown.
Yeah.
The lockdown, just the fact that there's nothing going on. We have to stay indoors, and I was just like, all right, well, if I'm gonna stay indoors, I might as well stay in the studio doors.
Yeah. I'm staying these doors.
Yeah, I'm staying these doors, and so that was really what's the word I'm looking for? Like, really
Therapeutic.
Yes, there we go.
I'm on my team today.
Yes, you are on it. But yeah, like, you feel me? It was really therapeutic to be able to just dedicate like 2-3 days sometimes 4 or 5 to the studio and just like build stuff up, you know what I mean? And just hone in and work on my craft and try to figure something out.
Do you feel like writing music in that context where the only thing I can do is write music makes it sound differently to when you were doing it just like maybe more sporadically or more based on energy?
Yeah, 100%. Because even though COVID is over, I still hopefully
allegedly
I still have I still have that routine that I developed.
Yeah.
So it was, really beneficial in that sense.
100%.
Yeah.
Let's take it all the way back.
Yeah, let's do it.
Growing up, Brooklyn, New York.
Yeah.
What was the energy there? Or I think a better way to put it is, what do you think growing up in Brooklyn taught you most about life? Or what's the one thing, from that energy or that period of time that still remains like so strong and so much a part of your identity now?
Damn.
If it's not everything.
Yeah, like I'm trying to pinpoint something, but I feel like it's everything. If I'm to pinpoint one thing, I can say state of mind. So I lived in Florida as well, and South America. So like, I realized going to those different places everywhere is just a different state of mind.
Yeah.
But like, even when I was in Florida, I still had my New York state of mind. I went to South America, New York state of mind here. Same thing. And there's so much involved in it. You know what I'm saying? The good, the bad, the up, the downs, you know what I mean? The state of mind is probably the main thing.
It's crazy that, and like, obvious for Nas reasons,
Mm-hmm.
but you do hear that about New York so much where it's like, I can't even describe it. As in, people will just say, like, I can't describe the energy there, but
Mm-hmm.
it is just a state of mind.
Big time. It's nothing but a state of mind. Like, and when you grow up there, people always say to you, like, oh, the standard, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
And like, until you go other places, you don't understand what that means. Just because it's so, like, it's a dog-eat-dog world. Like, you know what I mean? You really gotta be on top of your game. You really gotta hustle. You can't slack off. You can't, you know what I mean? Just be lackadaisical. Like, you gotta, like, really, you know what I mean? Go hard.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And how much do you give credit to the New York state of mind, to just like the overall like context and just the energy and just, I don't want to say noise in a literal sense, but just like the constant noise.
Yeah.
It's a city that never sleeps sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or is it more, do you think, the people and like just like the locals and like the New Yorker, generic New Yorker, that sort of makes it that energy?
Like, damn. I feel like it's so diverse that it's like everything. It's everything.
Yeah.
It's so many different cultures and so many different things going on that it's all combined. I feel like just that hustle just gives everyone that same kind of just streamline of train of thought. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, okay, like, no matter where you're from, you could be from Dominican Republic, you could be from Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? You still got to wake up and grind. Yeah. You still got to wake up and hustle. You still got to provide, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So, like, yeah, it's the hustle. It's the hustle.
So you said you grew up around different cities.
Yeah.
Just paint the narrative of that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
So you started in New York, and then what was after that? What led you to move?
Started in New York. Around 8 years old, my mom decided to move to Florida because she wanted to get me out of New York for all the negative reasons. But then was in Florida for 8 years. Well, let's go all the way back. When I was 2 years old, she sent me to Guyana in South America,
wow,
where she's from. So I spent 2 years in Guyana, and then so it was just all different state of minds. But like when I was in Florida, it was such a big change for me, just because like I was so used to the fast pace, and I was so used to diversity, which is another thing that New York, I feel like, is the only place that I've been to that is that diverse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No matter where you're from, I feel like you won't feel outcasted because you can find someone that you can relate to. And you'll find a group of people that you can relate to, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So Florida was just like set American.
Yeah.
And like a few other cultures, you know what I mean? But it's just like way different state, way different vibe. Like people riding around with Confederate flags and shit. And I was like, I don't even know. I didn't at that age. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah.
Like, I think I seen that in the textbook. Like, and I actually looked it up. I'm like, oh, what?
Shit,
People are riding around with that?
Not that I'm no expert on American politics, but like, it's just like, what?
Yeah, it's crazy. And they used to, like, growing up, they really used to justify it. Like, be like, oh no, it's just a flag for this side of the war, or da 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 da, and it's my grandfather's this and that. And it's like, all right, I understand, you're product of your environment, but at the end of the day, it was just still wild to me. You know what I mean? Like, it was still wild to me that was still going on, kind of thing. So like, I got in a lot of fights when I first got to New York, like, cause like people making racist jokes, and I wasn't used to hearing that.
When you first got to New York?
Yeah, sorry, when I first got to Florida.
Yeah.
And I wasn't used to hearing any racist jokes, cause like, to be honest, like in New York, like people weren't making any racist jokes like that, just cause it's so diverse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like going down there, people calling me black this and nigger and this and that, and I'm just like, well, you really think you could tell me this right now? And I was getting in so many fights for it, and then I don't know, I feel like I numbed out and just was like, all right, no matter what, I'm gonna just keep having a fight. So yeah,
it's gonna happen.
Yes.
What do you think? And on the flip side of that, if there is a positive, what do you think that like calming down and stripping back from all the noise and the external pressure of New York and going to Miami and it being sort of chill, what do you reckon the benefits of that were, or what did you learn from that, do you think, if anything? Or did you miss it and did you crave the noise?
Well, while I was in Florida, I hated it. But like when I moved back to New York, I started understanding that it taught me how to handle things more rational. It taught me, I don't know, just like, I feel like on a moral level as well, it just helped a lot as well and whatnot. But but mainly just how to be calm. How to be calm, because New York is so fast paced and like, and also like very confrontational. Like, you know what I mean? Everybody minds their business, but as soon as you involve yourself with someone, if they don't want to be involved with, they'll make that very clear. So it was to be humble. I feel like that's the main thing I took from Florida. Humble.
Beautiful. Started writing generally through poetry. I've heard a rumor.
It's true.
That's research.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy.
No, it's just in a good press release. Yeah. We'll sidetrack for 1 second.
Yeah.
Some, like, if you look at like big interviews, sometimes artists will be like, whoa, that's the craziest question. How did I know about it? It's like, your publicist told me. There's no secrets here. Yeah. But yeah, you started writing via poetry.
Yeah.
Where's that in this sort of timeline? And what sort of, process was poetry for you at that time? Was it just like a natural sort of spilling out, or was there an outside encouragement telling you to, write? Just what was the vibe?
I started doing poetry, I think in English class, just as a lesson as everyone else would have. And then, I don't know, it's just, I think I was good at it, but I didn't know I was good at it until my teachers would just read them back and be like, whoa, what the hell? And then they started telling me to put my poetry into like competitions and stuff, and I think I applied for one of them and got it, but I didn't. I wasn't motivated to take it that far being so young. I was only like 13, so I was like not really taking it that serious.
Yeah.
But after that evolved into that evolved into rap way later down the line. But I feel like currently it's starting to play more of a role into my music and whatnot, because I've been tapping into that more poetic side recently.
Do you, when you, and like this is sort of fast forwarding all the way.
Yeah.
In your creative process, do you feel like when you write bars or verses, is it purely based off energy where it's like, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this and whatever happens, that'll reflect the vibe and that's what I want? Or are there verses where it's like, I'm going to spend 3 weeks writing this and it's just going to be beautiful? Or is it more vibe?
More vibe. So like my favorite rapper, Lil Wayne, his one thing I took from him was the difference between a star and someone just working on being a star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's consistency.
Definitely.
Because consistency builds quality, and quantity builds quality when it comes to music. The more you work, the better you'll get, and the more you'll hone in. So at first I used to just spend like 2-3 weeks on a song and changing this part and overthinking. And I was just like, nah, let me just knock out 4 songs this week. Next week, knock out 3 and use one of those days to work on my favorite from the week before. And then just keep it rolling, keep it moving, you know what I mean? And then once you have that quantity, then you get to pick out your favorite ones. Yeah.
Yeah. And you say that so much. And like so many rappers do the whole mysterious, like drop an album every 4 years, and their quantity might be super limited in terms of they've written out 12 tracks and they're going to make these 12 tracks to perfection.
Yeah.
But I feel like right now it's really hot. Like if you look at what Griselda's doing.
Yeah, you're
where
going
it's
crazy.
Just album after album after tape after tape.
Yeah.
And there's like, from a consumer point of view as well, it's like, that is so good, because every 3 months I'm going to get an album from one of them.
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard as shit.
Yeah, big time.
So yeah, they're incredible.
West Side Gun is a part of that team as well too. Yeah.
Benny the Butcher, Conway.
Yeah, big time.
Just bars as well.
Yeah, nothing but bars. There's a Buffalo New York boys, man.
It's crazy.
Shout out Truey too. I think he's West Side Gun cousin or something like that. That's my boy.
Really?
Yeah.
Connections.
Yeah, for
3 degrees. What's the something of separation? Where it's like you could get to almost anyone in the world.
Yeah.
Like based on like 3 other people, like you hop around.
Yeah.
I'm not far from West Side Gun. I'm like shaking that.
I feel you, bro. I mean, shit. Like, you believe it, it can be happening. You believe it can be received.
And like, not to sidetrack again, but I always do this thing. I'm gonna sound like an absolute knob. If I meet someone really famous, the number one line I feel like, and I've been pretty clever at this, is you say, "Hey, I'm a massive fan," whatever, and then you say, "I'm not gonna hold you up, because I'll meet you again one day and we'll be working together or doing something sick together." And
I respect you. That's the only. That's
how hard is that?
That's exactly what I started saying when I first started networking for my music and stuff. Anytime I run into somebody that I really fuck with that was famous, I used to tell them like the same exact thing you saying. Like, but look, I'm gonna talk when we talk again. It's gonna be business.
That's so genius.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful, bro.
I've been thinking about this. Rapping.
Mm-hmm.
So you said that the rap sort of came back way later.
Yeah.
What was happening between the poetry and rapping? Was it consuming a lot of hip hop, or was it not? Was it consuming a whole heap of different music, and then hip hop sort of found its way? And then it was like, oh shit, I'm pretty good at writing, I should rap. Just like, what was happening between those 2 periods of time? Which is probably a big period of time anyway.
Yeah. I mean, so I probably stopped doing poetry literally after like the 7th grade. I was just like, I was only doing it for like 2 years, and I was like, all right, this is boring. But I really wanted to be a veterinarian growing up.
True.
So I was doing like volunteer work in different like farms and stuff, and just trying to build up my portfolio for that. And then I moved back to New York, and my brother Prophet he's a rapper. He's been a rapper since he was like 6 years old.
Yeah.
So I never that was always his thing, you know? And then there's this one random day where he just got a mic when we were like 18, and he just started recording, and he's like, yo, just come on, tap in with me. I'm just like, one day I'm like, all right, whatever, you know? Go in there in the booth, it was crazy. We probably had like, we had like a whole like sheet set up and everything, and we used to use the regular iPhone headphones, if they were even iPhone headphones at the time, you know what I mean? And we would just sit there and just record ourselves in this low quality and just try to keep building up content. So then after that, one of my other close friends, Kev from the New, is a rapper as well, and they just really motivated me, like, yo, you need to just go all out for this, because you really got it. And I was just like, oh, I don't know, but all right, I'll give it a try. And then since then, history.
That's amazing. Do you feel like you're one of those people where if you start something, you become obsessive with it? And if it's like time. You don't perfect it, it's like you're not doing something unless you're going all in on it?
Yeah, big time.
And you think that helps with like having... do you think that attitude helped in like transitioning to, as corny as it sounds, to becoming a rapper?
Yeah, 100%. Because then I started to... Well, before that, I was already learning the game just out of curiosity and whatnot. And my brother was also in it as well. And we would sit there and we'd be eating munchies or whatever from the local bodega. And, you know what I mean? We would just be sitting there watching interviews and whatnot. So I started educating myself on it, and then I started diving into it more. As soon as I started rapping, I'm like, okay, look, this is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna go hard,
and it's gonna get done.
Yeah, big time.
That's so cool. I love when people are like that.
Yeah.
But I also envy when people are just like, oh, I'm a crazy artist, but like, oh yeah, it's cool. Like, it's like, oh, you want me to draw you something? Yeah, whatever.
It's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
It's like.
That like, just naturally just...
And then they're just like, oh yeah, I just want to be a vet. Like, okay, I can paint, but like, it's fine. Like,
yeah.
It's like, I really love this cafe.
It's like, yeah, but you're the next Picasso. And it's just like, yeah, but does Picasso have a cafe?
Yeah, but does Picasso make a killer coffee? But I really envy that, because I'm so obsessive. It's like, I'll go to bed one night and I'll like be lying in bed with like a crazy new project idea, like outside of music or whatever, and be like, wake up the next morning, make the Instagram account for it, make the mood board. It's like this.
Yeah, go hard for it.
Myself deadlines.
Yeah,
like it'd be nice just to be chill, you know, and just be like, oh, yeah, that's cool. But also, you get nothing done.
Yeah, exactly. So, would you say you're one of those people as well?
100%.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna do something for a while and not make money off it for a while, you have to be one of those people.
Yeah.
But also, that's to say, like, we do this because it's super rewarding for I'm talking for you here, but we do it because it's super rewarding for ourselves.
Yeah, at the end.
The money comes as a consequence of it.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, 100%. It's very, as you said before, if you remember the word.
Therapeutic.
There you go. Let's try and get it out.
It's a buzzword.
Yeah, but it's definitely a good feeling though.
100%.
Get that out. Yeah.
So, this is like what everyone's been waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
How did you, where did the Australian connection begin? And you've probably told this story so many times in private, but we're publicly airing this thing out now.
Yeah.
Where did the Australian connection begin, or where did you even just start thinking about Australia, or who put it on your radar? How did that happen?
All right, I'll be quick. So, my first...
You can tell the full story because it's a literal podcast.
Yeah, I'll just say it out. So I started modeling in 2016, I believe. Yeah, it would have been 16. And I met the first Australian I met was at my first runway show for V-Files, and that was Roman, who is Jody, the owner of Jody Just.
Yeah.
So from there we were cool, And then we were in that same whole New York fashion scene together kind of thing. And then that evolved into randomly going out one night at a bar and meeting Patty from Sticky Fingers. And that just like we kept in communication after they came back to Sydney and whatnot. And I honestly thought nothing of it, just like, yo, cool ass dude, that's my boy. I'm like, yo, when they come out here, we gonna turn up. A year after that now, in 2018, I meet my girlfriend.
Well, that'll get you.
The beautiful love of my life. And yeah, she's amazing. But we went, and then it was so serendipitous because she ended up being from Sydney, right? So we fell in love, and then she's like, so then I came over here to come see her in 2019, the beginning of 2019. So I came over there to come see her, and then when I was on the way over here, I told Patty, like, yo, I'm coming to Australia. He's like, what? Yeah. And literally, like, he was my manager for those first, probably like, I was here for like 2.5 months. He was my manager, getting me shows, connecting me with people, just doing the whole lot, like holding me down kind of thing, you know what I mean? And yeah, like, so then I went back home and then came back again because I got booked to wear bonds at Splendor. Yeah. Which is a whole nother situation. Then I went back home. And then while I was back home, Roman is like, yo, I'm actually moving back to Sydney. And it's funny because only three Australians I know in my life, and they're all from Sydney. Yeah. Like, they could have been from anywhere. You know what I mean?
If you think about, like, the probability of them being from Sydney, it's pretty high.
Yeah. True.
Now
that I'm here, I understand that.
Oh, yeah, true. Because people say, people just say Australia this massive place, and there's not that many people here, and we're even like 3 little crevices of the massive country.
Yeah. But then it was just crazy. Like, after that, like, I feel like in 2019, like, after I came back, I just started meeting so many Australians back home in New York. Like, it was so crazy. I was just meeting, like, I was just like, why does Australia keep shouting at me? Like, why is it just Australia? And then Patty booked me to come on tour with them in November of 2019. So I came on tour, and I was like, you know what? This trip, I'm going to stay here for a year. Yeah. And then as it was going on, like, where I'm at now, I feel like just stay here until, you know what I mean? Until I could get it to a point where I can just go back and forth fluidly. Because, like, I look at this as, like, my second home now. You know what I mean? And it's just such a good vibe, good people, good energy. And I just love it. So I just want to, you know what I mean? Now from where, like, I wouldn't even think of Australia. Like, if you told me Australia 3 years ago, I would have thought. Yeah. The only thought I would have thought was Steve Irwin. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Rest in peace. You know what I mean? But yeah, now it's like, this is home. You know what I mean?
This is a bit of a long-winded sort of question. Mm-hmm. Or point. I don't even know if I'm going to ask a question after this.
Yeah, it's good.
But I feel like I always forget how recently that move was for you.
Yeah,
for a couple of reasons. One, like, if you listen to and like, I think you're very, not like a big part in like the literal sense, but I think you're a big part in the face of Australians' new hip hop culture. In the sense that if you told me 5 years ago that you'd have Dante Knows and Raj Mahal making the music like you do, you'd have 1-4 making the music like you do,
100%.
You'd have Madam Empress and Leah Knight making the music like they do,
100%,
and it all coexists so beautifully in Sydney, Australia, I'd say they were lying.
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people are telling me. It was so, like, it's way more, more people are getting that light now and
definitely
going harder.
So that's why I feel like I'm like, oh, like, cause the scene, I hate using the word the scene. Yeah. But the scene generally even though it feels so established, it's so new. So it's like crazy to reflect like that everyone's only really been releasing music in Australia since like the end of 2019.
Yeah.
So it like just blows my mind. Like that was like a year ago with like, and it was a fake year as well. Like
Yeah.
it almost doesn't count in this year for so many people.
Yeah,
So we're
100%.
like only now going to see the rewards of like the energy.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But that's
Crazy
what
to think about.
that's what I love about it as well. Like
Yeah.
just how young it is, and I could just see the future. It's like, because back home, obviously oversaturated,
Yeah.
but here it's just like everything's so new, and it's still a time where people can create their own things, and you know what I mean, be experimental, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
People won't be like, oh, that dude from Brisbane does that already, or oh,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Everyone can find their own lane.
Yeah, 100%.
It's so exciting. I just love it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, was there a culture shock coming to Australia, like in a positive or negative sense of the world, where like we can do like one where like not philosophically, but one like morally and ethically, or one a bit deeper that's like, oh, you guys do shit differently here,
Yeah.
and then one just like not real like comedy, like why do you do this way?
Yeah,
Or, like,
yeah.
why does that exist?
Yeah. Okay, so like I think realistically, like on the touchdown, I'll say the positivity. Like here was like, I thought of it as if they built a perfect town,
Yeah.
like that perfect television town where everyone's happy and all the obviously it's not perfect. No, it's
Yeah.
perfect, but so much positivity compared to like back home.
Yeah.
Like I looked at this as heaven, and like home was hell.
Yeah.
Like in a comparison, you know what I mean? Like you walk around, you don't gotta watch your back. You know what I'm saying? People aren't littering all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Very clean. Everyone's usually nice. Now, like the culture shock for me was, and this is because I'm West Indian.
Yeah.
I'm Guyanese and Jamaican, so like I'm so used to like being able to go get some Caribbean food, or
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean,
nothing.
get some puri, some roti, you feel me? But like now, I mean, I can still get that, but it's just not like real Caribbean food,
Yeah.
or like real, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I gotta make it now. That was probably the biggest thing for me, and just like different cultures, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I feel like you might reflect on this as well,
Mhm.
but like I'm Greek, full Greek.
Ah, the Greek.
I can't go buy Greek food out.
Yeah.
I just can't do it.
It's not the same.
Like I can only eat it at home, and I'll never go to a Greek restaurant.
Yeah.
And I love Greek food like nothing else, but I could never go to a Greek restaurant.
Why would you say? Is it not the same as home?
It's just not the same as home.
Yeah.
I feel like I've just been like, my mum has just manipulated my mouth.
Yeah, of
to be like,
course.
you're only gonna like my Greek food.
Yeah, of course. Because she cooks it with love.
True.
You know what I'm saying? They're cooking it with a 9 to 5 mentality. Like, oh, I want to hurry up and get out of here. You know what I mean?
It happens. My favorite song of yours,
Yeah.
your most recent solo single, Laced,
Ah, thank you, bro.
sort of came not as I don't want to say as a surprise, but sonically it was a bit different. It was a bit harder. Not even harder. It was like a bit glitzier. It had like a cool quality to it sonically.
I appreciate that big time.
Where do you think that sort of like change of sound sort of came from? Generally for that track.
I mean, that realistically, Lace is basically like just a taste of like everything we have coming out. So me and one of my very close friends, Tasca, who's like one of the most talented producers I've ever met. We started during COVID. Tasker is who I was locking down with. Tasker and also the Corky Buchek boys
Shout
and
out.
Damba.
Yeah.
And just locking in. But me and Tasker started working on music together, which evolved into like 30, 40 songs.
Wow.
And then we're like, oh, I think we have an album. And then we were just like, all right, we were just itching to throw it out, because compared to the stuff I was doing more previous, it was just more rap. And I feel like that's another reason why I'm thankful for COVID, because I got to tap more into my poetic side and also in my more musical side. So everything that's going to come out now is going to be more musical versus just rap, and you know what I mean? And just like really, really trying to just carve out a little pocket.
Yeah. Do you feel like you needed to have that rap single run though, so that the people were not like sort of accustomed to your voice or accustomed to your sound before you went, okay, now this is a bit more me, or like this is a bit weirder, or this is a bit. Do you think that was an important part of like the come up, or like building your career?
In the sense before Lace dropped?
Yeah, or just like before this era of music.
Yeah, big time. Yeah. So I feel like Lace would have just been Laced, and then there's another song I have with Lil Spacely.
Yeah.
Yep. So those are like sonically what just like a little like feeding out like, oh, this is what's to come.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to, just as you were saying before, I didn't want to just start throwing it out, and then people are just like, whoa, what the hell is this? Oh, he's singing. What the heck is this? And then you know what I mean? So yeah, big time. Like I feel like that those moves that definitely did help me prepare for what's to come now.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's almost, and like I could be totally wrong saying this, but I hear it a couple of times from rappers where they get to a point where they stop mimicking or stop trying to recreate someone else's song, and then they turn a corner where it's like, okay, now I know how to make a song that sounds like Dante Knows. Literally.
So even I've been trying to do that my entire career, and I feel like now that I'm getting more musical and more poetic, I'm tapping into more Dante Knows what really is Dante Knows. You know what I'm saying? And
that's a bar.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Like even to the point where like I don't even know if like I could call myself a rapper anymore.
Yeah.
Like, just because it's just I'll rap on it, but like I do so many different things on it now that it's like like I don't know, bro. It feels good though. It feels good. Yeah.
How do you feel about the definition of like a rapper? Is it frustrating to be boxed in straight away based on things that are so out of your control, do you feel like? As like a rapper, or do you not mind the term and not mind just like, yeah, I'm a rapper?
I mean, I don't mind the term, because I feel like if you rapping, you are a rapper. You know what I'm saying? If you rapping, you are a rapper. Or if you don't like the term rapper, lyricist, or you know what I'm saying, whatever people feel comfortable with. I can say that the path that I'm going in now, I don't think people will be able to call me a rapper anymore.
Sick.
And I like that. But I don't think they'll be able to call me a singer as well. I don't think they'll be able to have a word for me. Because we kind of, with everything we're doing, we kind of try to make our own genre by having this big melting pot and throwing all these other different genres in, inspiration from those. And whatever comes out of that is our new genre.
Sick.
Kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you feel like, especially now, there's the big trend for like, even since like Slow Tie's new album, or you know, the Tyler the Creators, the Brockhamptons, that sort of thing. Yeah. Do you feel like you've sort of been inspired by that sort of artist becoming more popular, not in a sonic sense, or not like in a, I want to make a Brockhampton type beat, but just by like the attitude of that sort of artist and like that coming to the forefront? Do you think that sort of triggered all this, or do you think it was natural?
It's natural. I've been wanting to do this my entire career.
Sick.
But being fully transparent, back home I was working with a lot of talented producers, but no one was able to do what I'm doing now. Yeah. And then realistically, me and Taska linked up, and then it was just like we looked at each other like, oh, finally. Yeah. We found it, kind of thing. Just because it's just like he just knows how to. I feel like we're into the same sounds, and we're into the same music, and then the same weird shit that people will be like, oh, that's weird, turn that off. We probably be the same people into it, just like you know what I mean? it makes us collaborate way easier.
Yeah.
Because we're just always on the same page, you know what I mean? And if we're
so
not,
important.
we get on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so underrated as well. Like so many people, and you can hear it in the music as well when they just got sent a beat and it's like, oh yeah, I don't mind the beat, and they rap on it and they put it out. You can tell.
Yeah, and even doing that in the past, don't get me wrong, it felt good, but I always knew in the back of my head, like, I'm gonna be doing something else in the future when it comes to just I'm gonna carve my own pocket out of this.
100%.
Because all of my favorite artists are people who made their own lane. Like, they weren't someone that was like, oh, that's the new Jimi Hendrix, or that's the new this, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were just their own creatives kind of thing, you know
Definitely.
what I'm saying?
Necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Back to Laced.
Yeah.
But like, not talking about music.
That's all good.
The topic is genius, I think. Or just like, the music video as well.
I appreciate that.
And like, the music video is genius because we premiered it on Acclaim.
Yeah, and I
And
appreciate
remember,
that, brother.
Oh, that wasn't me. I don't take any credit
Nah,
for
but
that.
still, just being that part of that team.
And I remember like, I was just going through the emails and then the editor just fixed me and he's like, hey, check this video out. I'm
Yeah.
like, holy shit, it's crazy. It's got like, and I feel like I was going to so many house parties at that time.
Yeah.
Where it was like, why is this me? Like,
Yeah.
why is this me? Like, when you just like, and not to do with any substances at all, but like, you can go to a party and just feel off. Like, you just feel, not like a negative energy, like something's going to go wrong, but you just then, it's just like, this just isn't sitting with me right. And I feel like I went to a couple of parties like in that era and I was like, oh, what this music video is sending me.
Yeah.
But what do you think, what sort of, you know, and you can gas yourself up or you can take the piss out of yourself here, what sort of character do you think you are at the party? And like, for reference, I feel like I'm that guy that I'll either be sitting in the corner just pulling people away and having deep conversations with them, or I'll be the guy standing up in the middle like, you want a drink, you sweet, everyone's sweet, anyone that got a song request. I always fit between those two.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the same, brother. Like, it's either I'm in the corner and I'm chilling, just like don't want to dance, just want to chill, just want to vibe, or I'm just like the life of it, like, oh yeah, let's get some more drinks, let's get some more, let's get a bottle, you know what I mean? Like, it can literally only go two ways. Like, I don't ever find that in between point where it's like, all right, I'll dance, but I'm standoffish, you know? Like, nah. Like, it's always either I'm in the corner chilling, enjoying myself in the corner, or, as you said before, going crazy.
Definitely.
But in that video, I feel like I was that person who, oh no, I can't even say that, because the video kind of ran as me being someone like literally smoking something, getting laced from it, and just waking up into some full ravey kind of demonic party. You know what I mean?
And the party did look pretty fun, like from the outside. So I'd be at that party. Like, okay, we get it, Dante, you're not having the best time sometimes. Like, at the start, whatever. And I'm like, that's fine. He'll be sweet. Get me in there. Just sub me in. Amazing.
100, bro.
We are flying through this. I can't believe we could talk for hours. I wanted to ask, and I feel like I forgot to ask Raj this, and I'm annoyed that I didn't. But obviously, you've made 2 songs with Raj, right?
That are out right now. Yeah.
In the public world.
Yeah, in the public eye.
Do you feel like you and Raj have a special connection with your stories? Or
Big
being
time.
like,
Big time. That's my boy. Like, I feel like of everyone out here, like, that's the one person that I know I could relate to, just because we have the same form of upbringing, in a sense, you know what I mean? Like, I was raised by my mom. Don't get me wrong, my dad was around, but they were in a relationship together. So I was mainly raised by my mom, and we both Caribbean, we both half Jamaican, you know what I mean? It's like a real, you know what I mean? So I gotta say, like, of all my friends, like, that's one person that I could relate to the most, you know what I'm saying? Between him and also Goldfang. I don't know if you've heard of Goldfang, but he's from Trinidad. He's also West Indian.
Awesome.
just like us as well. And he's like, whoo. If you haven't heard about him, you're gonna hear about him, bro.
Sick.
It's nuts.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's almost like a blessing that you didn't accidentally run into making a full project before, like, what's coming now?
Whew, big time. Yeah. I mean, I don't look at anything. I don't regret. I don't live with regret.
Yeah.
So even if I did do that, I would have just been like,
Just learn from it, yeah.
To be honest, I actually did do that. Yeah, I actually did do that. So I made a project. I actually released it on
What have I missed?
on Spotify and whatnot, but I deleted it.
Oh, okay. Thought so.
Yeah, I deleted it.
Was that to
after.
say? I'm not
Yeah. I deleted it because then I started realizing the stuff we were making, and it was only out for like 2 weeks, and I was just like, we probably were in like our second session, and I was just like to Tasker, like, yo, we figured something out here. And then I was just like, yo, I got to get rid of that because a lot of that is far from a reflection of what I do now, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think.
You good?
All right, 2 last more serious questions before we talk some absolute rubbish.
Mm-hmm.
How does, and like, ask this to everybody, ask this some of the biggest rappers in the world, and now I'm asking it to you. How do you measure success? Not so much on like a streams or a capacity venues sort of level, but what impact do you want to make on the people listening to the music or your community, or just like how do you know, where does the most reward come from for you?
I feel like the most reward comes from, I don't know, those times when someone can come up to you and they can tell you like, yo, I heard your song, and not only do I like it, but it really spoke to me.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. You know what I mean? That's always that's a feeling that can never get old. You know what I mean? Like, cause when I listened to music growing up, I always felt connected to the artists that I listened to the most, like anyone would. But I used to really feel the lyrics. You know what I mean? Really feel the vibe of it. You know what I'm saying? And I always just strive to be that person as well. You know what I mean? I want.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's the best reward when someone can come up to you and be like, yo, man, that song got me through college, or that song made me think this, or you know what I mean? And it's just a really good feeling, you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Yeah.
And last final serious question.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously we've got a weekly show.
Yeah.
So we need guests.
Yeah.
So who do you think deserves their story told in Sydney preferably, or who do you think would be a great conversational podcast?
Well,
who needs this platform?
You had Raj already, but Goldfang.
Goldfang.
Definitely Goldfang. Hold on. I'm trying to think. Who wouldn't have? Have you had Porcelain?
No, I haven't.
Well, you need Porcelain Boy Club up here. You definitely need the Porcelain Boy Club up here.
Amazing.
And if you're looking to have any bands as well, like Pleasure Coma, they have some big stories to be told. As you can see, Pleasure Coma, they got some really big stories to tell. Corky Buchek, big time stories to tell as well.
That'll happen.
Yeah, these are the people that surround me, the talented people that surround me, and just like that I work with constantly. But yeah, like, I mean, of everyone though, I'm gonna bring it back right now. Like, just when it comes to hustle, talent, definitely got to get Goldfang up here.
Sick.
Definitely got to get Goldfang up here.
Expect the reach out.
Goldfang. We need some female energy. Maxine, definitely.
100%.
Yes.
Oh,
definitely.
that one might already.
Might be in the works.
Yeah.
Might be in the works. Trying to think. Damn, I know so many artists. I
I feel like I've also ticked off a lot of
the ones that I know.
It's like, oh, got you. You were the final chess piece.
Yeah.
Almost.
I appreciate that, brother.
No, that's an answer.
Yeah. There's a really good rapper as well, Hamza. He's from out west.
Sick.
Yeah, Hamza. He's
not aware.
sick. He's
Epic.
sick. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, brother.
last question, and I like your perspective on this because you've been in Sydney for like just a little while now, so you don't like you'll have a little taste. What do you reckon your favorite like fast food is? I'm talking big chains, like your Macca's, KFC, Subway. What's like the one that's just like we need that
in
like,
Australia?
Yeah, in Australia. Because I feel like it is different in America, right?
It is way different.
Oh no, we'll go both then.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like, what fast food here do I believe needs to be in the States?
Oh no.
Oh, my favorite.
What is your just like, you know?
Damn,
11:30 on a Saturday morning, and you just want to do something naughty, you know?
Oh.
Or is it no big chain?
Yeah, it's no big chain. I try to stay away from the big chains.
Correct answer.
I try to stay away from the big chains. Like, I'll probably eat McDonald's like once every 4 months just to get my fix. You know what I mean? But like, the big thing for me, I'm gonna be honest, the one thing that hit me by surprise, El Jana. Oh my God, bro, what?
Insane. And that's just a Sydney thing. Like, that's super local. Like, that doesn't exist anywhere else.
They knocked me out the park. Because I was doubting it at first.
And I assume you go, without doxing you.
Yeah.
I assume you go to the Granville one, right?
No, even further. Blacktown.
Sick.
Yeah, you go to the one in Blacktown. But, oh my God, El Jana. And if not El Jana, I'll have to go with Thai food. Thai food is another thing that is very present, I feel like, in Sydney. That
it's so incredible as well.
Yeah. And back home, like, it was so good when I first had Thai here. I went back home, I'm like, yo, I know there has to be Thai food somewhere, bro. New York got everything. I went to Thai places, I don't know if it's just me, but like, they weren't really hitting like that, bro. Like, they weren't hitting.
There's probably like an Australian flavored Thai.
Yeah, probably. Like, that's probably what it is.
Has a novelty to it as well.
Yeah.
Amazing. But I'd still consider El Jana like a
chain.
No, I think that's not like a Macca's level. They're independent still.
Yeah.
I think. So credit to them.
Yeah.
That's good shit.
Are you an El Jana fan as well?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm a massive El Jana fan, bro. Literally half a chicken, garlic dip, small chips.
Oh yeah.
It just disappears.
Yeah.
Once I had half a chicken, and then I was like, I just had half of a whole chicken.
Like, I ate half of a chicken.
Well, like, if me and my brother get a whole chicken, it's like,
damn,
that was a living animal.
And we just destroyed it. Destroyed it and licked our fingers.
It's so savage.
Yeah. Yeah, damn. I never thought about that.
That's a whole animal.
Yeah. Like a whole life in a box. Worse if it's like family size, because then there's a few of them. So a family of chickens used to feed a family. It's nuts.
I don't want to start this conversation.
Yeah.
We'll be vegans by the end.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what was cracking?
Yeah.
Did you have food last night?
Oh yeah, that's what I actually wanted to. I actually wanted to tap in on that. When it comes for nasty, like, I want to feel like, because I've been trying to get on my healthy tip. So like, when I want to pig out, butter is definitely my choice.
Huge.
El Jana is more healthy.
Definitely.
Butter is definitely my choice when I want to pig out. You know what I mean?
Did you go, dude? So obviously you get chicken from butter.
Oh yeah.
But last night, because I didn't want my hands to get too dirty, you know, with ripping open the wings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I got the cheeseburger. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was intense.
It was great.
It was intense. Yeah, I had both. I probably shouldn't have. I probably shouldn't have.
And I felt horrible. Stopped drinking. Just had to just as in horrible in a great way.
Yeah. Literally. Literally just because I had that, because I've been trying to wean off beef as well. Like, that was my first burger in months. And I just was like, damn, I have to work this out. I got to work this out because I don't know what it's doing to my cardiovascular system right now. But it was so good. It was so good. And you just know, like, this is a little too good. Like,
and like, the bread is so sweet. It's like you're eating a cake.
Yeah, Manoli know what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Shout out. That'd be a good interview.
Yeah.
The head of butter.
Yeah. I recommend it.
Co-sign it.
I co-sign and recommend Manoli to come to Parry Talks and talk about butter.
Oh, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, brother.
Parry Talks. Dante Knows.
Parry Talks.
Thank you so much for telling your story. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Woo!
Woo!